the tone there from Murray Watt, Anastasia Palaszczuk, it's quite almost emboldened by the early numbers, even though there is a swing against the state Labor government.
Well, I think it's encouraging for Labor federally, especially if a lot of the seats are held around Brisbane. I think that's good. And also to what happens in Cairns. But I think what we've also seen here is sophisticated campaigning from the Labor machine and getting back to grassroots and doing that back to basics, door knocking. And coming home very strong in the last 2 weeks.
But some encouraging signs around the Labor brand.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, hang on. I can show you heaps of corn flutes where the colour is purple, it's not red, there's no Labor branding on there, there's no mention of Stephen Miles. So there's plenty of seats like that. What worries me there is that indication that abortion will now be pushed onto the centre stage federally. I think that is wrong. I take Andrew Clennell's point that it's unhelpful that Jacinta Price said she'd love to see it on the national agenda as a debate, as a talking point, but there is no legislative or regulatory mechanism for abortion to be dealt with at a Commonwealth level, and I think that looks to me to be opportunistic. Now, if they say they're responding...
Dutton just has to slap it down hard.
It has to be dealt with, because if Labor is saying we're talking about it because the door was left open by Chris Foley and put on the table by Katter in a state campaign, fair enough, right? Fair enough. But I think women right across Australia will be up in arms if this is used as a political wedge federally when it has no part of any legislation, any regulation, anything at all at a Commonwealth level.
Well, I agree. I don't want to see a federal election about this, but you've got Matt Canavan, Senator Alex Antic, who already have bills in the Parliament that they're proposing on this issue. That's been on the agenda.
No.
They have, and I saw Matt Canavan on Sky News
Hang on. Let's be careful.
And
they are not to do with abortion. They are to do with babies born alive as a result of an attempted abortion. That is a legal issue about at what point does
they're bringing
health,
the federal parliament into
does
it.
health arrive? It's not to do with abortion. It's to do with medical aid to a baby born alive. Very different thing. It's not stopping the mother going forward with an attempted termination. It's dealing with the result of that attempted termination.
But how's that going to play, the fact it's sitting there?
And I also point out, it's not just Jacinta Price. There's someone else in the shadow cabinet who instantly backed her in, Barnaby Joyce, a former LNP senator, now in New South Wales. I mean, you've got shadow cabinet
you're in the
members.
Parliament. Do you think a child that survives a late-term abortion should be left to die? What do you think, Pat Gorman?
I think, and I agree with you, and I was agreeing with you 60 seconds ago, we should not be bringing the federal parliament, federal elections into this. And again, it's not the Labor Party. It's the Liberal Party. It's the National Party. It's
that was a bit like a Chris Foley answer, Pat. With the most of respect.
What do you think?
I would support. I can say
I wouldn't support Matt Canavan's legislation. Simple as that.
But if a baby is born alive, would you want the baby to have medical care?
And what we're seeing right here is, again, Liberal Party operatives trying to bring this into the federal parliament debate.
I disagree. I think this is a really simple issue that almost everybody can agree with.
I don't support Matt Canavan's bill.
Well,
simple as that.
You're the government, you could put your own bill in. But if that issue was dealt with, if there was some uniform national view about medical care to a child who survives, this would not even be...
Do you think, Pete, I mean, former Chief of Staff to a PM, let's say you're Dutton's cause or whatever, working with Dutton, would you say to him, look, tell these guys to shut up about this issue?
100%. But I would also say, and push it back to the state level, there must be a consistent view from the medical fraternity and state legislators across this country about dealing with the instance of babies born alive. We are a humane country. We cannot sweep this under the carpet. That's what people are fired up about. They're not fired up about abortion being legal or not. It's the result of attempted terminations that's got people fired up.